tired mornings with a weight I couldn't name, carrying the silence like a shadow made of shame. But somewhere in the distance, through the dust along the ground, I heard the faintest echo of a brighter mile around. I felt the broken pieces like they were all that I deserved, trying not to crumble under things I never heard. But even in the stillness, where the hardest truths compile, I feel the gentle whisper of a brighter mind. And the echoes of a brighter mile keep pulling me along, through the cold and through the darkness, toward a place where I belong. I'm learning hope can rise again in ways that reconcile, carried by the echoes of a brighter mind. There's mercy in the sunrise when it touches wounded skin, a promise that the night won't get the final word again. And though my steps are shaky, I can feel the light come by, calling me forward to a brighter mile. Let the dawn keep breaking, let the fears fall into fire. I'm walking toward the echoes of a brighter mile. And the echoes of a brighter mile keep pulling me along, through the cold and through the darkness, toward a place where I belong. I'm learning hope can rise again in ways that reconcile, carried by the echoes of a brighter mile, of a brighter mile. There's a tremble in the heart when you've forgotten how to fly, when every hope you carry feels too heavy to survive. But even in the quiet pain that settles in your bones, a gentle light awakens from the depths you've never known. I've tried to hide the fractures in the corners of my soul, thinking every shattered piece was something to control. But somewhere in the darkness, something soft began to grow, a truth that even broken wings can glow. Even broken wings can glow beneath the rising sun. They tremble in the morning, but they shine when day's begun. And though the night has dimmed the fire I used to know, I'm learning even broken wings can glow. sun. They tremble in the morning, but they shine when day's begun. And though the night has dimmed the fire I used to know, I'm learning even broken wings can glow. There's a chill that hits the spirit when the world feels far from kind, when the echoes of your failures chase the corners of your mind. But even in the coldest night, a warmth begins to rise, a flicker of forgiveness shining soft behind your eyes. I've traveled roads of silence where the wind cut through my bones, and every mile reminded me of how it feels alone. It's something in the darkness sparked a fire deep within, a glow that kept me breathing when I thought I'd reach the end. There's a heart fire in the cold burning softly through the pain, a quiet voice inside me calling me to live again. And though the night feels endless, I can feel the morning near, a gentle flame of mercy driving out the fear. The frost begins to loosen as the sunrise paints the land, and warmth returns in colors only grace can understand. The shadows shrink behind me as the light begins to grow, the healing kind of courage in the embers fading glow. Let the cold surrender, let the warmth take hold. I'm rising from the ashes with a heart no longer cold. There's a heart fire in the cold burning softly through the pain, a quiet voice inside me calling me to live again. And though the night feels endless, I can feel the morning near, a gentle flame of mercy driving out the fear. I hear the echoes of the things I left behind, mistakes that walk beside me like old shadows in my mind. But even in the silence, there's a warmth I can't deny, a calm beneath the sorrow like a lantern in the sky.
I've tried to mend the pieces with the strength I thought I knew, but healing takes a softness I was scared to let shine through. Still something in the darkness whispers gently to my bones, that even those who wander never truly walk alone.
So hold me through the quiet, let the morning break the fear, let the light come crawling in to show the path is clear. There's mercy in the shadows, there's hope in every side. I'm learning how to rise again beneath the brighter sky. Let the morning break the fear. Let the light come crawling in to show the path is clear. There's mercy in the shadows. There's hope in every side. I'm learning how to rise again beneath a brighter sky. Stood in broken silence with a weight I couldn't shake, trying to remember what it's like to be awake. But even in the darkness, there's a voice I can't escape, calling through the shadows with a promise taking shape. I've carried heavy stories that I never dared to tell, felt the nights grow colder as I wandered through myself. Yet somehow in the stillness, there's a whisper soft and plain, asking if the dawn still calls my name. If the dawn still calls my name, then I'm not too far gone. There's a place for every broken piece to rise into the dawn. And though the night has left its mark on everything I claim, I'll rise. If the dawn still calls my name. The road ahead is quiet, but it's brighter than before. A pathway filled with mercy through an ever-open door. And though the past still echoes with a cold and lingering flame, I walk if the dawn still calls my name. Let the shadows fall behind me, let the morning light remain. I'm ready now to answer if the dawn still calls my name. If the dawn still calls my name, then I'm not too far gone. There's a place for every broken piece to rise into the dawn. And though the night has left its mark on everything I claim, I'll rise if the dawn still calls my name. I've walked the edge of empty with a silence in my chest, trying to make sense of all the things I left unaddressed. But every mile behind me feels like truth I had to face, and every step ahead becomes a gentler kind of grace. The wind has carried echoes of the person I've been before, ghost that kept on knocking at a half-forgotten door. But now the road is clearer, and I'm learning how to trust the person I'm becoming, far from who I was. I'm miles from who I was, but closer to the dawn, closer to the warmth that keeps the colder nights from drawing on. Finding something real in all the dust I had to cross. I'm miles from who I was. There's healing in the distance, in the places left unknown. Freedom in forgiving all the seeds I've never sown. And though the past still lingers like a shadow in the dusk, I feel the light grow stronger as I rise from who I was. Let the night fall behind me, let the new day pull me through. I'm learning there's a brighter path I never thought I knew. I'm miles from who I was, but closer to the dawn, closer to the warmth that keeps the colder nights from drawing on. I'm finding something real in all the dust I had to cross. I'm miles from who I was. I'm miles from who, I'm miles from who I was. But closer to the dawn, closer to the warmth that keeps the colder nights from drawing on. In all the dust I had to cross, I'm miles from who I was. There was a time I questioned if the light would ever stay, watching every fragile hope just flicker and decay. But deep within the darkness, where my fears were tightly crossed, I found a flicker glowing, the light I almost lost. I've walked through heavy shadows with a trembling in my bones, trying not to drown beneath the weight of being alone. Yet somewhere in the silence, through the cold of winter frost, a warmth began returning, the light I almost lost. The light I almost lost is burning steady now, a beacon through the storms that once had forced me to bow. And though the night had taken more than I thought could be tossed, I'm rising with the light I almost lost. Some scars still hold their stories, but they shimmer in the day, a testament to every time I found another way. And though the past still whispers like a memory embossed, I'm guided by the light I almost lost. Let the dawn keep shining, let the old pains be recrossed. I'm walking toward the future, a beacon through the storms that once had forced me to bow. And though the night had taken more than I thought could be tossed, I'm rising with the light I almost lost. The light I almost lost is burning steady now, a beacon through the storms that once had forced me to bow. Oh, and though the night had taken more than I thought could be tossed, I'm rising with the light I almost lost. I walked the darkest hours with a trembling in my chest, trying to outrun shadows that never let me rest. But somewhere up ahead I feel the warmth begin to rise, a promise in the distance painted on the morning skies.
The past keeps calling softly like a ghost beneath my breath, but I keep moving forward, stepping out from fear and death. The wind begins to whisper that I'm not who I've been, that even broken hearts can learn to beat again. And the road that waits for me is shining like a prayer, a gentle kind of mercy rising in the open air. I'm finding strength in letting go of all I tried to be, and walking toward the light that still believes in me. I've carried heavy sorrows that I never dared to show, but morning always finds me with a softer kind of glow. Though the night may linger, I know dawn is on its way, calling me to lift my eyes and face another day. Let every burden fade now, let every fear release. The rising sun is telling me I'm finally finding peace, and the road that waits for me is shining like a prayer, a gentle kind of mercy rising in the open air. I'm finding strength in letting go of all I tried to be, and walking toward the light that still believes in me. I've stumbled through the desert of the things I couldn't speak, searching for a piece of me I thought I'd never keep. But somewhere in the quiet wind that blew across my chest, I felt a glow returning from the places left unrest. There's something in the stillness when the world begins to fade, a softness in the shadows where the hardest truths are made. And though the road is rugged, there's a peace I never knew, a warmth beneath the dust that starts to pull me through. There's a warmth beneath the dust
steady from the ground, a healing in the emptiness where hope is finally found. And though the night may test me, I'll keep walking through the rust, guided by that warmth beneath the dust. Some prayers are never spoken, but they echo in the bones, a trembling kind of comfort when you feel the most alone. And though my past still lingers like a shadow in the sun, there's fire in the ashes telling me I'm not undone. Let the dawn break open, let the roads be lined with trust. I've found a kind of light that rises from the dust. There's a warmth beneath the dust, rising steady from the ground, a healing in the emptiness where hope is finally found. And though the night may test me, I'll keep walking through the rust, guided by that warmth beneath the dust. Wandered through the shadows with a trembling in my chest, losing track of who I was while trying to do my best. But even in the silence where the hardest truth ignites, a gentle voice keeps calling me toward the edge of light. I've carried wounds in secret that I never dared to show, held my breath through storms of doubt and nights that felt too cold. Yet somewhere in the darkness something warm began to rise, a memory of mercy shining soft behind my eyes. This is the way back into life, where broken hearts can heal, where the dawn begins its whisper and the world turns warm and real. And though the night is taking pieces I've been fighting to rewrite, I'm slowly finding my way back into life. Some roads are built on courage, you don't know you have to give, but every step grows softer when you choose again to live. And though the past still echoes like a ghost I can't deny, the morning keeps reminding me there's more than just goodbye. Let the old fears fall behind me, let the new day hold me tight. I'm learning how to rise again and trust the coming light. This is the way back into life, where broken hearts can heal, where the dawn begins its whisper and the world turns warm and real. And though the night is taking breaking pieces I've been fighting to rewrite. I'm slowly finding my way back into life.
Carried silent burdens that no one ever knew, holding on to memories that cut my heart in two. But today the sun is rising in a way it never did, showing me the places where I kept myself well hid. I've walked through empty seasons, trying not to lose my way. Morning keeps on calling, whispering a better day. A gentle kind of mercy slips in through the open door, telling me I don't need to be the person I was before. This is the weight I lay down, this is the breath I release, learning how to trust again in small and quiet peace. I'm finding room for healing where my fears once held their ground. This is the weight I'm finally laying down. I fought the storms in silence, but the clouds are fading slow. And somewhere in the clearing there's a light I used to know, a warmth that feels like home again, a truth I can embrace, a healing invitation written gently on my face. Let the darkness stumble, let the morning take its claim. I'm letting go of sorrow and calling out my name. This is the weight I lay down, this is the breath I release, learning how to trust again in small and quiet peace. I'm finding room for healing where my fears once held their ground. This is the weight I'm finally laying down. This is the weight I'm finally laying down.
Some nights I fall to pieces under skies that feel too wide, letting every silent fear come settle by my side. But even in the darkness, when the world feels far too high, there's comfort in the stillness under the weight of the sky. I've carried hidden sorrows like a storm I couldn't speak, hiding every trembling thought that it made my spirit weak, but somewhere in the quiet, where the broken learn to try, a warmth begins to gather under the weight of the sky. Under the weight of the sky, I'm learning how to breathe, how to let the morning in, and let the old nights leave. There's healing in the open air, where heavy hearts can fly, finding strength beneath the weight of the sky. The winds have shaped my edges in the places I've been torn, but every bruise remember where the light has once been born. And though the night is stubborn, I can feel the dawn draw nigh, pulling me upward through the weight of the sky. Let the stars fall behind me, let the new light amplify. I'm standing stronger under the weight of the sky. Under the weight of the sky, I'm learning how to breathe, how to let the morning in, and let the old nights leave. There's healing in the open air, where heavy hearts can fly, finding strength beneath the weight of the sky. Finding strength beneath the weight of the sky. There's a tremble in the silence when the night begins to fall, a whisper through the darkness, like a voice behind the wall. But even in the coldest hour, something warm begins to rise, a spark that breaks the shadow, shining softly in my eyes. I've held the weight of memory that I never dared to show, carried storms inside my chest where no one else could go. Yet somewhere in the stillness, I can feel the ember start, a quiet strength returning to the corners of my heart. Here's where the quiet turns to fire, where the broken learn to stand, where the dawn begins its healing in the hollow of my hands. I'm finding light in places I once feared mercy in the moments when I finally let things be. A softness in the letting go that sets the spirit free. And though my steps are shaky, there's a warmth I can't deny, a rising flame inside me, chasing darkness from the sky. Let the night fall behind me, let the morning lead me higher. I'm learning how to breathe again in this quiet turning fire. Here's where the quiet turns to fire, where the broken learn to stand, where the dawn begins its healing in the hollow of my hands. I'm finding light in places I once feared would just expire, right here where the quiet turns to fire. Wander dusty back roads with a name I used to fear, and trying not to notice all the ghosts that linger near. But somewhere through the open fields, a gentle wind breaks free, calling through the quiet where the wind remembers me. I've chased 1,000 shadows, trying not to disappear, hiding from the parts of me I never let draw near. But even in the distance, there's a truth I start to see, a place within the heartland where the wind remembers me, where the wind remembers me. I'm learning who I am, the broken and the hopeful, running hand in hand with every breath that's carried from the hills down to the sea. I'm welcome where the wind remembers me. There's mercy in the sunset when it paints a golden trail, a softness in the breeze that lifts the weight of every fail. And though my past still lingers like a half-forgotten plea, I'm finding peace where the wind remembers me. Let the heartland keep its promise, let the evening set me free. I'm finally standing whole where the wind remembers me, where the wind remembers me. I'm learning who I am, the broken and the hopeful, running hand in hand with every breath that's carried from the hills down to the sea. I'm welcome